Hi, welcome to the NGL video. So I want to walk you through a quick process so you can see how fast it is. Basically, taking just a case of beer and taking the cover of the case of beer or a picture that I had. In this case, it was the case of beer or the poster. I can't tell. No, this is the case. If you look at the bottom of 750 milliliters. And the software we have, literally in one button, you reduce the amount of colors and you vectorize it. So if you're looking at the vectorizing software, contact us because we have just that. So it makes it perfect for your embroidery life when you get clean vectors very fast. A lot more effective and efficient than Corel or Adobe, with a lot less detail that you don't need. You just get rid of the excess information. And now you can zoom in here quickly. Everything's done with the mouse very fast. Get rid of anything you don't need. And if you see any abstract information, you can just highlight it, delete that part. Really simple. I find that when you're using Adobe and Corel, you have so many buttons, hundreds of buttons, and they're hard to use. You have, when you delete a vector line, you have stuff that opens up and jumps all over the place, and it makes you nuts with trying to clean it. So if you look at this here, you've got issues, and I can just simply delete these and then join it together, and I don't have the nodes jumping all over the place like crazy. It's always difficult to clean that up, and it becomes an issue when you've got crazy nodes everywhere. Because we're etching, we can just do a little bit of cleanup and it won't be a big deal. Look at that, just delete the section, boom, and you're done, and you've got the original art there. So when you're using another software, I think it requires almost an expertise or a graphic artist, and not to knock them, but sometimes when you're a small business owner, you're not ready to afford a graphic artist, and you want the control in-house. You don't always want to have a specialist that costs you a lot of money. You want to be able to get the thing done in 2 or 3 minutes. And if you make the investment in the software up front, and this is a little bit more than Corel or Adobe, but it's professionally made for this particular situation, and you get the ability to take just a scan from an actual 6-pack of beer and turn it into something really nice really quick. There we just substituted a bad jaggedy circle for a nice clean round one by some duplication for the pupils of the eye. Delete a bit of excess information, and let's see if he goes to the laser yet. So he welded it, and welding was closing all the open areas and making the inside area separate from the outside area. And now we're going to basically send it to the laser, and it's as simple as putting in the fills there, and that's it. So we're basically done. We're saving it to a folder, saving it in the format that we use for the Permaboss NGL laser, giving it a name, and we'll basically have it ready to go in a second. And that's it. You've got your design done there, you've got your etch, and this can be turned into, see the outside line? We can turn that into a cut line. And this enables you to make it a patch. So if you're doing embroidery, imagine getting rid of the incredible stitch count. Massive stitch count is reduced. I can quote it a little bit later on or insert it in the video, where you've got something that might be 30,000 stitches or more, and here you've got just a running stitch just for the outline to tack the whole thing down, and you're doing a full front decoration, but you're doing it with less stitches than a left chest logo. And I've said it 1,000 times, it's just important for you guys to know that. There I put the picture back in so you could see it. Now we're on the material on the laser, and this is live. We're not speeding it up or anything like that. If you had to do this on a plotter laser, it would be hard to register the material. You've got to place it. You've got to make sure it's flat. You can't have too much space. But here you've just got the viewing box, so you know exactly where to place it, and the laser's making the design full time. Now, it always takes longer when you have to watch it, but in this particular case, with the new conveyor system from the Permaboss, you could actually set up the next garment while you're waiting for this to take place. And again, this is a huge full front large fill logo, but still I guess we're going to be done, and we're about halfway through at least, in another 30 seconds or so. You have done something that would probably be unaffordable or highly expensive and take maybe 30-40 minutes on an embroidery machine to stitch out, and then the whole darn thing would be puckering like crazy. So we've taken the worst case scenario, which is just some piece of paper with a print on it, scanned it, and then enlarged the size, finished the little problems that came from the scan, and that was all live without any speeding up, and turned it into a piece of art that you can turn into an applique. And this material, and I think from the video here, I didn't do this one in person, you've got a washable suede. So we're talking about a nice Italian material from a fabric supplier that costs maybe $6 a linear yard. It's a 57 or 60 inches wide. And here you see the cutout. So now I'm tracing the detail. If you tried to do this by hand, it would be a complete disaster. I've seen people do things like this, and they don't make money. I've seen businesses that want to save money, but in reality, every job they're touching is costing them money, and it's not profitable. So we did it in 3 cuts so that we don't distort it too much, and we have a nice, clean, finished product. And in about a second, he's going to pull it out, and you'll see that finished product. And this is what you could pull out, make an applique, sew a running stitch now onto the sweatshirt or onto the pullover or the hoodie or whatever, and then lay it down, do the satin stitch to tack it down, and you've got something that looks stunningly crazy, that's highly popular, that 95% or more of your competitors just simply can't do. And that's the idea. If you do something different than what everybody else does, then you're going to be highly profitable. And here you've got the finished piece. Look at the size of it on the hand. So there you go, full front decoration. You got something that's over 9 inches wide that you can sew down onto the shirt. And you've done that in less stitches than a left chest logo, but that would sell for $9 to $16 wholesale, and it's less than 50 cents worth of material. So give us a call. This is how we can help transform your business. Thanks for your time.